So in this video, we're going to be going through exactly how you can pick the right mattress for you the first time. And we're going to be covering all of the variables, such as what if you and your partner are different sizes? Or what if you and your partner have different preferences? Do you pick a spring mattress versus a foam mattress? What's the difference? How do you know that you're getting the right support for your back? How do you know if it's making your back worse? And how do you even know if you need a new mattress or not? And then once you know all of these things, how much do you need to spend? We're going to be covering that in this video, and I'll give you a hint. We're going to go through exactly what you need to do to set up a 5-star mattress field, just like they do at Hilton and Sheraton and all these 5-star hotels, to bring you a great night's sleep. I'm going to show you exactly what the secret is, and the trick is you don't really need to spend a lot to do it. So before we dive in, I guess, who am I to bring you this information? My name's Dr. Jesse Middleton. I'm a chiropractor, and I own and founded Aligned Chiro. And what I've done over the last several years is basically travel around, not just helping patients and being in clinic for the last 17 years, but also teaching at various universities. In fact, we've done a training program for the last 3 years now at every university and college for chiropractic in Australia and New Zealand. So we're really proud to be able to do that sort of work. When I first started out, I actually was selling mattresses as well. So I went through the training on the various different types of mattresses you can get, right down to the nitty gritty on which is the best foams and the best materials and all of these different things. Now, what I found, having done all of this, is there's a couple key principles that you need to know. And we're going to share them with you today and really peel back the curtain, because the truth is, when you're looking at a lot of these mattresses, you got all these bells and whistles, but then you're going to go cover it with some sheets. And you're never going to look at that beautiful velour finish. You don't need it, but it adds to the price and it looks great on a showroom floor. So we're going to show you all of these different things that really can set you up to spend more when you don't have to. And nowadays, like I said, I've been practicing for the last 17 years, and we've built this group up so that we've now got 15 locations, soon to be several more. And we collectively deliver 120,000 consultations every single year. And again, we've been serving for the last 17 years. So that's a bit of my credentials. And I guess the biggest credential that I've got when it comes to getting a good night's sleep and picking the right mattress are these three. So these are my 3 children, or my wife and my 3 children. We've got Harper on the left, Hudson in the middle, Harley on the right, and these guys are very close together. So we had 3 under 3. So I know what it's like to be tossing and turning, and I know what it's like when you need a good mattress, just so that's one less thing you've got to worry about when trying to get to sleep. So I'm fairly well equipped to deliver this information for you today. Now, first principle is this, because the reality is it doesn't so much matter what the material of the mattress is, so matter as it's supporting the optimal sleep posture. So when we sleep, we want to be sort of sleeping on our side or on our back. When we're on our side, we essentially, or our back for that matter, we want our spine to be in a neutral position. No twisting, no bending, no curves, nice and flat. And if we can find a mattress and a pillow setup that's going to allow us to sleep in a comfortably neutral position and support our natural curves and arches, then that's going to be the right mattress for us. And in another video, we're going to go and deep dive on how to pick the right pillow for you. Suffice to say, same thing. You want that nice straight posture. In this particular video, we're going to go through how to pick the mattress. And in another video, we'll go through different sleeping postures when you're in pain, because that matters as well. But ultimately, we want to have this straight line in our spine and be sinking into the mattress so that our weight is evenly dispersed and it's maintaining that neutral position. You can imagine if you're sleeping in this position where you're bending or your spine is under stress, you're probably going to wake up sore. And if you've already got a pre-existing condition, it's not going to help your life at all. So next question is, well, how do I know if I need a new mattress? Now, as a general rule of thumb, they say you should check your mattress for replacement roughly every 10 years, but it's so variable. I've seen mattresses literally need replacing within their first 12 months. I've seen other mattresses which have lasted for 20 years, 30 years, and are still providing the same support they were providing when you first started. So it really depends. Now, one quick way of knowing whether you need a new mattress is based on this. So if you pull the sheets back, what you should see is what you call a sleep signature. And this is where the fabric might be slightly stretched, but the mattress itself is still flat. What you can see here though are proper depressions. What that means is that the spring or the material or whatever's under this is actually starting to fail, and it can't even support its own weight, let alone your weight when you lay on it. So if you see a mattress doing this, you absolutely need to replace your mattress you need a new mattress. Another way you'll know is if you lay on your mattress and you tend to roll to the middle or the side, or you can just feel the springs in there, or you can feel that you're not quite straight, or your hips are sagging more than any other part of your body, you probably also need a new mattress. Because remember, we want that support so that you're straight. Now, there's 3 core types of mattresses that you should be aware of. You've got the bonnel spring, the pocket spring, and memory foam. Now, they've all got different price points. They've all got pros and cons. We're going to cover those right now. Now, this is your typical bonnel spring mattress. And everybody knows what these look like because we've all been to the tip before and we've seen these floating around. This is essentially where you've got springs that are tied together. There's nothing wrong with these mattresses. They're tried and true. They've been around for decades and decades and decades. All 3 of my children have one of these mattresses. They're a good solid mattress. And if you get a Sealy or one of those type of premium systems, these things will literally last decades. They just don't break, which is awesome. So what's, I guess, the benefit of these things is they are more affordable. They're definitely durable. They are much more lightweight. They're easy to flip and change and turn around. The downside to these, though, is they will have more partner disturbance, which means if you're rolling around or tossing and turning, you're probably going to transfer that to your partner and disturb their sleep. They'll feel you moving around. And that's because these springs are tied together. Having said that, though, again, I think this is a great mattress for children in particular because they're sleeping on their own. They're going to jump all over the mattress. It's highly durable and it's going to support them throughout their entire childhood. So I think that would be the way to go. The next type of mattress you've got then is your pocket spring. Now, the difference between this and a bonnel spring is you've got these individually wrapped springs. So they're not actually connected to one another. So what this means is that you can get a much more customized sleep for a few different reasons. Number one, it's going to minimize your partner disturbance. You can move around and your partner's not going to feel it. Number two is these springs actually come zoned, which means you can have more firm springs in, say, the middle section where your pelvis is laying on the mattress, and lighter springs on either end where you don't have as much weight going through. And in that way, you can get it right for your body so that you're laying there in that neutral position and you're supported. The cons of this is they can be less durable than your bonnel springs. They don't necessarily last as long. They're just not as rigid in their construction, and they do tend to be more expensive. However, this is actually the mattress that my wife and I use. We love this mattress. We've had ours now for 15 years and it's still going strong. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to your different zones. So some of these will have more or less strength or resistance in various parts of the mattress so that when you're laying on it, you're sinking into it appropriately and it's keeping your spine nice and straight. And then the last type of mattress is your memory foam. Now, the benefits of this is you get very little partner disturbance because there's literally no force transferred through this mattress. They do come zoned. The downside of these mattresses is they do tend to be more expensive. They do tend to be very heavy and they can be heat affected. So if you're living in a climate where the heat fluctuates from cool to hot, etc., the density of this mattress and therefore the support that it's giving you is going to fluctuate. So how do you pick the right one for you? Well, I guess what it ultimately comes down to is obviously your preference. If you were going to ask for my advice, what I'd suggest is go for a pocket spring mattress because these come zoned so you can get it right for you. And what I'd suggest is that you get a firm mattress. And we'll show you how to customize it so that you can soften it for you and make it comfortable for you. But if you get a firm pocket spring mattress, that's going to tend to last you a long time. It's going to give you all the support you need. And then there's loads of things you can do to customize it so that you don't need to replace that mattress every so often. Now, the worst thing you can do is get a comfort layer built into these things. What I mean by a comfort layer is see how you've got this section here which is sewn on top of the mattress. So this is filled with, really nice, beautiful, soft, plush finishing to make that mattress nice and comfortable. The problem with that is this wears out well and truly before your mattress wears out, but if it's sewn into the mattress, you're not able to actually replace it. So this is the worst thing you can do. What you're really looking for is a good base mattress, be that foam, bonnel or pocket spring. You just want a base mattress with nothing on top. And this is where you're going to save money, not just in the purchase price, but your mattress is also going to last you a whole lot longer. And these are the things that trick you when you're first starting out. When it comes to then getting it right for you and your partner, if you start with a firm base, what that's going to mean is that you can add things to it like overlays or underlays, and you can have those to your particular preference. For example, this eggshell thing, my wife and I actually have one of these on our mattress. It cost us $80 from Big W. You could just have that on half the mattress if you wanted to, or you can get the entire thing like we've got. And what that does is it softens the mattress so you can sink into it a little bit more and makes it more comfortable. But when this thing wears out, you throw it away and replace it, it's only costing you another $80 or $100, not the purchase price of your entire mattress. So doing it this way makes a lot more sense. And if you've ever been to a 5-star hotel before, like Hilton or Sheraton or one of these, what you'll find is they do just this. So they've got typically a firm spring mattress, usually a bonnel spring, and then they've got an underlay or an overlay, one of these things on top, so that they've got a cheap base mattress which is going to last a lifetime, and they just churn and change these as required as they wear out. And that's actually how they give you that beautiful plush feeling, because they've got a big plush underlay. All right, now the next question though is, okay, well, I've got a sore back, and will this help? Maybe, maybe not. It really depends what the cause of your back pain is. And that's really where we step in and why we know a lot about mattresses, because one of the number one reasons people come and see us is because their back hurts and they can't sleep. And they've typically tried going through mattresses, they've tried changing pillows, waking up in the morning, getting out of bed, it hurts, it takes them a long time to get going. When they're laying in bed overnight, they're tossing and turning, they can't sleep, their hips are aching, or their neck is hurting, they're getting arm pain, etc. So what that then means is if you've got a problem that's been ongoing for a period of time, and we're talking really more than sort of 8 to 12 weeks, it's probably not going to go away just by changing your mattress. You've probably got an underlying issue there. And this is where my team and I step in. And what we really pride ourselves on is testing and not guessing. And what I mean by that is we actually look under the surface to find out what's causing the problem. So when you come into our office, we typically take things like x-rays, so you can actually see what the alignment is. You can see under the surface and what the bones are doing. We take nerve scans, which then show us which nerves are being affected, which are overactive or underactive, and we can tie that back to your x-rays so you get a holistic picture. And then we put together an actual treatment program, which consists of things like spinal adjustments to restore motion, exercises to strengthen postural muscles, as well as different spinal orthotics in some instances, which are ways we can remold your spine to the correct posture. Now, what we're really huge on then is before and after results. And I think this is what really sets us apart. And one thing we absolutely pride ourselves on is once we get those baseline tests, if we get x-rays, if we get nerve scans, in many cases we'll get both, we redo those over time so you can actually see what's changing. So as you start to feel better, you can actually see what's changing also. So you know that it's actually working. And this is just an example that I've gotten quickly of some of the before and after results we've gotten. So this would be someone's low back from side on. The blue line is optimal. The red line is what it's actually doing. This person came in with sciatica and low back pain. Getting out of bed was problematic for them. And then we worked with this person, and then literally 12 weeks later, we took another x-ray, and this is the sort of change that we can get. And by correcting the alignment there, we're taking all the pressure off the base of the spine, we're strengthening it, getting it back to where it should be. So it's not a short-term pain relief option. You're actually creating a lasting change. You're correcting the problem. This is another example with someone's neck. This person sat at a desk a lot. They found that when they slept, they were getting arm pain. And so it was waking them overnight. They were getting pins and needles in the hand. It's because the nerves that come out of your neck actually run down your arm. So if they're under stress, or pressure, you can get these sort of symptoms. So as we worked with that person, you can see how the curves actually come back. It's taken a tremendous amount of pressure off the base of the neck, which is where those nerves come out. And we're still working with this person to fully correct that problem. And then we've got nerve scans, which also show us essentially how much energy your postural muscles are using just to maintain your posture, whether out of balance or overactive or underactive. We look at temperature to look for areas of inflammation. And we also measure how healthy your nervous system is through a HRV. And we put all of these things together. So if you're interested in actually finding out what's under the surface and getting your spine assessed by a professional, and this is all we do is basically look after people's spines, get before and after results. Click on one of the links below. That'll basically show you where your nearest location is. You can get in, my team will organise to get the test done, make some recommendations based on what you're trying to achieve and how healthy your spine is or how much stress it is, and then set you up on a program where they're actually reassessing it and retesting it over time so you can actually measure the improvements. Now, One of the other big things we do, which very few other health providers will do, is we do offer a money back guarantee. And the reason we do this is because, man, if we can't help, we want to be part of the solution, not the problem. So if we can't help, we'd rather you have your money back. If you let us know that, hey, it's not for me, this isn't working, and you do that within the first 30 days of starting care, we'll give you 100% of your money back, because we'd much rather you take that and apply it to what's going to work best for you, because we do get great results with a lot of people, but we definitely can't say that, every single person that comes in gets these life-changing results, because it just doesn't work like that. So we've got this to make sure that you're protected and that we're basically putting our money where our mouth. If we do make recommendations, then you can rest assured that we believe in them and we mean it, because if it doesn't work, we'll be giving you your money back. So that's it from me. We'll see you in another video.